How you doing, folks? Welcome to my Forge and Brush painting update. A little separate update I've been doing from my normal updates for the channel and gaming and that sort of thing. This is all about my painting projects. In particular, in this case, commissions that I've been working on. I gave some updates in the past on some of these very same miniatures, but I'm happy to report today on Christmas. Merry Christmas, by the way, folks. I did manage to finish off the Pikemen. They are done, folks. And I'll get a little closer up on these guys. With these guys complete, there's about, I think, about 130 of these guys. It means I can start finishing up on these projects over here. And this is 3 different projects. It's not everything. I got the Iron Brigade back here. There's some 6 mounted officers, which I got to throw in the mix. I've got about 36 of these guys, which are Russian militia. I've already got 36 more. I have to put the finishing touches on, and they'll be done. And over here, I got the first batch of 15 Peter pigs. So let's take a look at them, particularly these guys. Let's check them out. Okay, and with these guys here, these are the AIM 10 Macedonians. Just got done with the wash on these. You can see the shields are nice and bright. And they did get a nice dark wash. Now at this point, I could take these a step further and give them a little dab highlighting, which might be a good idea, actually, before they're all said and done and I ship them off. What I mean by that is bring out some of the reds, like in this guy here, and some of the whites, like on the armor that they're wearing. Just little dabs of white or dabs of red on the high points, just to bring those colors out. Of course, they didn't put a wash on the pikes themselves, nor on the shields. I believe they're probably going to get some decals, or the client is probably going to paint them himself, but that wasn't part of the commission, so that's that. But there they are. And yeah, there's about 130 of these, I believe, somewhere around there. Really fun project. I enjoyed them. Very nice. Yeah. So these guys were all completed. Here's some front rankers here. And of course, with these guys completed and out of the way, I can move on to some of the other projects, which I'll kind of flash over. Now, unless I do a little bit of dab highlighting, these guys are going to be all set for packing and shipping. So that's one completed project, all said and done. So, yes, folks, Christmas Day, they finally got done. These guys are probably about a few weeks overdue. That was my fault more than anything. I had a few hiccups here and there. Some of these models, there was some miscasts in the mix regarding a belt that goes across their shoulder. Where it was kind of like miscast. It was missing portions of that belt, and I had to kind of paint those missing areas black and then paint it the belt color with some of the black showing through, so it looked like something was there, you know. So I did do that, and that was quite a few of the figures actually that were missing that. I mean, whole sections would be missing from it, but that's all fixed, all good, and they're all done. So there they are. There they are. These guys won't be based. I won't be basing them. Instead, this is pretty much it. That's my job is done. What I'll probably do for packing is I'll take these and pop them off the bases, or the strips, I should say, and wrap them up nice so they don't flop around inside the box for shipping. Unless I can somehow figure a way to ship these with them already on the strips, because it is kind of convenient, you know, when they're like this. But we'll see. So this project is now out of the way. Also part of this project, I don't know if I showed these. Again, these are 10 AIM. I believe you can get them from Old Glory 15s. This is another part of this project. It's part of the same commission, just a different portion of that commission. These are Pendraken Cavalry. Let's see if we can zoom in here. I don't think it wants to focus, but these guys go really well next to those aims as best as I can tell. They're about the same size, really. So that's nice. I've never had any Pendragons before, so this is a first for me. And it's going to be fun to paint them. Let me try one more time to get that focused. Nope, just doesn't want to do it. All right. That's okay, and I believe they're all the same pose. I'm not sure. This is one of the few times I've actually taken them out of the bag, taking a good look at them. I think there's about 16 or so of these guys right in there, which I will be working on in January, getting these guys finished off. I have to admit, the Pikemen I did all at one time, and if I was to do this project again, I probably would break them up into 2 separate sections, because it was a bit much, and taking on 5 projects at one time also slowed me down, unfortunately. But that's okay. We've got this done. We've weathered through it, and onwards we go. And there is some more projects that I do want to show off later on, but suffice to say, these pikemen are out of the way, and we're going to be moving on to these guys. This is the second batch of Russian militia, Magister Militum. There's about 30 some of these guys. They're also over here. Most of them are green. There's going to be some guys with brown coats, gray coats, and yeah, just to add a little variety. Most of them are going to be green like the first batch, which I showed previously. Also, there's these guys, Old Glory 10 mil. There's a command stand. This is the Iron Brigade. That's a good look at the blue that I'm going to be using. Of course, these will all be washed and toned down so that the blues won't stand out so much. There is actually a lot of black on these guys. The leather and the backpacks, where they are, like some of the guys have backpacks. Cartridge boxes, they will be left black. There's some gentlemen in the mix that have blanket rolls. Let's see if we can get that to zoom in. I don't know why it's not zooming in. Gonna have to take a look. Oh, there it is. There you can see some of the details. Got the flesh painted. Down here you can see where I did a test wash on 3 of the figures. A little bit darker, a little bit of wash shade going on, I should say. I don't know why I did it at this point. It's kind of early. But there they are. That's the Iron Brigade. And yeah, it's mostly just their cartridge boxes, the muskets, and blanket rolls. And of course I'll paint the bases an earth color, maybe with some green highlights, so on and so forth. These guys will get decals for the flags, which I have not taken a look at yet. Save that for last. So that should be interesting. See, they got some nice big flags going on there. That's different. The Old Glory I've painted in the past, the Napoleonics, didn't have flags like this. These are huge. Appropriate for this era. But yeah, these are going to get decals. And we'll see how that turns out. And there's 110 of these guys right here in front of you. That's 110. 5 per section. And what else? Oh, there's 6 mounted officers that goes with this, and I'll probably do them. When these guys are almost done, I'll break out those mounted officers and work on them and finish them off. And of course, we got a World War II British. These guys, actually a pretty big project for these guys. These guys are almost done. I think one strip I did a test wash on. That's these guys. So they're going to look pretty dark. And I showed these guys off before. I haven't had any time to work on any of these other projects. Closing in on those pikes, I pretty much focused in on them and wanted to get them done. So now with them done, I could move on to these other projects. And I'll be working on these last 4 projects at once. There is another project, 50 mil Old Glory Württemberg Light Dragoons, of course, which are part of this as well. We'll see how we tackle these, because they're all, except for this one, the World War II guys, Peter Pigs, because there's a lot more to paint with these vehicles, 3-inch mortars and so on. These guys will probably take me into January, but I'm hoping, maybe hoping, that I might get one more project done before the end of the year, and that would be either the Magister Militum, Russian militia, or maybe even the Iron Brigade. Not sure. we'll just have to see how it goes. But folks, that's my painting update. I really haven't had a much new to report. Just progress on what I've been working on. And just wanted to make sure I got it out there that, hey, folks, I finally got these guys done. Took a little bit longer than expected, but they are done. And yes, they do have bronze rims on those shields. Hard to see, actually, in this little strip. Let me see here. But you have to paint them on. There's nothing sculpted on the models to show off that rim. Circles are okay. Not too bad. They don't have to be perfect. Remember, folks, these are 10 mil. There's a look at them right there. You got that nice dirty look, which I'm quite fond of. I shouldn't say dirty, but you know, that campaign wear and tear look to them. So yeah, there they go. So you probably won't be seeing these guys again. So that's it. So there they are, folks. Stay tuned. I got more updates coming for you guys now that I'm getting a little bit more time. That was my Christmas, getting those guys done. Well, folks, I hope everybody had a great Christmas. And a Happy New Year coming soon, right? So fingers crossed, folks. Let's hope it's a good one. And I'm sure it will. And you guys stay tuned. I'm going to have more updates soon. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are on the scale of 10 mil. Seem to be getting a lot of 10 mil commissions. I think I've been doing a pretty good job at them so far. So I don't mind at all. I like the scale, actually. That said, folks, like, share, subscribe. Leave me comments, feedback, all that. And as always, folks, you guys hang in there. You know why? It's only going to get better. You guys take care and Merry Christmas. Take care, folks.